Okay, all seems good. Happy Monday, back in Boulder. Excited to be here, get started. It is not the off season, guys. It's so funny, in my world, it's like, okay, so the Ironman World Championships happened, time to rest. No, it isn't. It's really time to transition, but it's time more than anything to dial into some really good details. So let's think about the most important part of performance and probably of everyday life as well. I mean, not even probably, it's everything. And this is your breath, how you breathe, and that we're paying attention to the muscles of respiration and how they impact the entire body. And so first and foremost, you need your thoracic spine, your rib cage, all the parts of your spine that your ribs attach to is thoracic. It needs to be mobile. It needs to be mobile so that your rib cage is capable of expansion, right? So when we're standing, we're going to call that loaded. We're working directly against gravity. The spine and the integrity of the spine and the layout of the skeleton and how the tissue is pulling and tugging and tightness is directly impacted. And so when we're dealing with gravity, that's loaded, and we will compensate to ensure that we can stay standing. That's the job of the brain as it relates to standing and safety. So now I'm loaded in a different way. And then when I lay down, I'm going to be loaded in a more different way. So breath from the ground is where we're going to begin this journey or continue this journey. So the rest of the body, the hips, the ankles, the lower body, everything below it, super important. We'll deal with that a little bit. We're going to do a full scan of the body using the foam roller. And we're starting with thoracic spine because that's what we're focusing on today. There's really not a big reason otherwise. So we'll get the foam roller right below the shoulder blades. And first thing we want to notice is the position of our elbows. So don't move them, just position. If you're here and your elbows are towards the midline, then we're going to say you've got some tight chest going there, bro. So let's work on expanding the elbows out and just getting into a position where you're supporting your head and your neck can relax, your cervical spine can relax a little bit, and we can just kind of open up the front side of the body using the foam roller to just kind of bend around. And then we can just move through it, activate a little bit of the front line of the body to pull us out of that posture and then back into expansion and extension of the spine. So if you're stuck in flexion here, when the sternum is down, we're going to say that you've got some opportunities for expansion. So right here, let's just go ahead, elbows back, roll around the foam roller, and then just come right back to the middle. And when you come back to that dropped sternum, go ahead and bring your elbows in. We start to get a little bit of a pump and a little bit of movement through the front side of the body. So let's go 10 of those. 2, and this is more mobility, right? Movement. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to go 4 more. I hosted a live training session this weekend, and oh my God, my counting was horrific. 8, 9, and 1 more, and 10. And then when we get into that 10th one, let's toggle a little bit, side to side toggling. So we got side bend left, side bend right. We're just moving through the lats because that thoracic spine is pretty spectacular. It can do a lot of things. Okay, good. Now, let's take that foam roller and put it between the knees. So just feet are at the level of your butt. Knees are out in front of you. We're going on your left side, left arm down on the ground. You can just relax your head, or you can put your head on a yoga block. And from right there, we're just going to do that nice open book. And if for the rest of my life I can maintain this nice big movement through the chest all the way through, I'm not squeezing the yoga block, but I am holding it, so I know that I'm not accommodating this thoracic mobility from my hips. Now, this is pretty good. Like, most people can't get all the way here in this position. My back shoulder is on the ground. My head is hopefully looking at my bottom arm. And my knees are holding either a yoga block or a foam roller. Okay, let's see what the other side has in store. It sometimes is odd, a lot of times, to be able to match each side. So we've got yoga block between the knees or foam roller. We're on the right side, so the right arm is down. Head can be just relaxed. And we're going to take that other side. Not bad. Usually this is a little bit tighter for me. That foam roller might have really helped create some space in the body. Just open up. Open up. Good. Last one. And we'll just kind of hang out there on this one. Make sure that that head is looking at that lower arm. And don't underestimate the power of a thoracic that moves in the health of your lower body, especially if you're a runner. If you're a runner and you can move like this through your thoracic spine, your lower body is going to accommodate force and absorption in a really, really good way. All right, a little bit of movement through the hips. Just have a seat. We're just going to go happy hips. So nice, easy. Drop the knees. 3, 4, and 5, and good. And then we're going to lay back, right foot on left knee. And you just want to go a little bit of pubic bone to belly button activation. So go ahead and flatten your low back here. You don't want any space under your low back. So you've got a little bit of low level muscle activation in the lower abdomen. And we're just going to lift that leg and just long arms. Let that right knee just kind of flop to the side. And just nice, easy movement there. Couple big breaths. And good, and relax. Other side, left ankle on right knee. That immediately tells you the level of tightness in your hips. You should be able to toggle gently through the up leg, the left side in this case. Good. Let's go pubic bone to belly button and flatten the back. Straighten the head. Grab the right side and just kind of hang out there. 2 big breaths. And good. Let's go back to the other side. We're going to toggle the lower body. So we've got right ankle on left knee, and we're just going to take that to one side, to the right, and then we're going to take it to the left side. We're just going to toggle through that. 2. Get a little SI movement here. 3, 4, good, and 5, nice, and then same thing, other side. So left ankle on right knee, and we're just going to toggle to the left and to the right. 2, 3, 4, and one more, and 5. So a couple weeks ago, I was doing Mobility Monday, and I didn't realize that the camera had turned off. So I'm going to check really quick. It's live TV. What you going to do? Okay, looks like we're still good. Okay, so we're going to stay, hopefully you're still on the ground. Stay on the ground, we're going to work rib cage expansion. And from there, we're going to use this breath pattern using the pubic bone, which anchors the pelvis and where all the adductors attach. So let's just move the pelvis. We're going to toggle the lower body. So drop the pubic bone and create space in the low back. And then lift the pubic bone and get rid of that space. Internally rotate your feet so that your knees are not flopping out to the side, okay? So just keep your feet and knees biased towards the midline. There's not a lot of tension there. We're just going to toggle the pelvis. Pelvic tilts to the primary muscle of respiration that we speak of is the diaphragm. The diaphragm works in opposition and in conjunction with, I say in opposition only because of position of pelvic floor. And this is really important. And then between it, you have all the organs and a lot of muscle and tissue in there. So we want to create intra-abdominal pressure and be able to have freedom from the pelvic floor into the diaphragm. So let's keep we now know the lower body is mobile. We did our hip toggles and we did some pelvic tilts. So from right there, lay in your comfortable position. If you can fit your whole hand underneath your low back, I want you to activate a little bit of pubic bone to belly button. You can have a little bit of space there, but I don't want a massive space because that will show me that you're probably a little stuck there. So right there, we've got a nice comfortable low back space. And we've got flat hips. Put your hands on your rib cage. We're going to inhale through the nose for 4 count. Ready? Here we go. And then exhale. Put your hands on your rib cage so you can feel the expansion of the rib cage. Here we go. We're going to go 5 big breaths. In for 4, hold for 2, out for 6. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale through the mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale again, inhale for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. Inhale, hold, exhale. The only thing we want to feel is the exhalation, the expansion of the rib cage. Here we go. 2 more big breaths. Hold. Exhale. 5, 6. Inhale for 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Let's do 1 more. Inhale. Hold, exhale. Good, we're going to toggle the lower body, right leg over left, and we're just toggling to the right and to the left. We got 5 of these again. 2, movement is good. If you feel a little popping and cracking and there's no pain, that's a good thing. 3, my spine is definitely making some noise. 4 and 5 and good. Toggling is a pretty cool feeling because it's not a movement that we get all day. 1, we're very linear most of the day. 2, 3, 4, 1 more, and 5. Good. All right, from right there, let's go back to left leg is going to wrap around the right. So we're no longer ankle on knee. We're going to wrap that left side around the right. And this time we're going to focus on the right rib cage. So we're going to let that toggle happen to the left. You definitely should feel tension through your lateral part of your belly, through your hip, through that posterior part of your hip bone, which is your TFL. That takes you into your IT band. From right there, we're going to just open up that whole line, including the lat, which attaches to the rib cage. So right here, we've got tension in the fingertips of the right hand. We've got the right hip on top, and we're going to breathe into the right rib cage. Expand the right rib cage, and we're going to use that same pattern. In for 4, hold for 2, out for 6. We have 3 of these. Ready? Here we go. In for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. In for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. We're using the rib cage to expand and create space in the entire upper body. Here we go, and lower body. Inhale, hold, and then exhale. And good. All right, let's go the other side. So we're going to wrap the right leg around the left leg. We're going to focus on the left rib cage. We rotate the lower body. The right leg is pulling the left hip across. We take the left arm up nice and high. Tension through the fingertips, tension in that entire arm. All right? From right there, we're breathing into the left rib cage. In for 4. Ready? Inhale. Hold. And exhale through the mouth. 3, 4, 5, 6. Right into our inhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. In for 4. One more. Hold for 2. Exhale. Good. All right, let's take that right up into a standing position. Wah! Tippy. All right, so that's a fairly relaxed breath pattern. We would call that a 4-2-6. It should enhance parasympathetic drive. So if you have your sympathetic, your fight or flight, which Monday morning could be happening, who knows? Monday morning, some of us are quite relaxed, but 4-2-6 is a strategy that you can use throughout the day when you start to feel a little bit anxious or you just want a little bit more time to chill out. All right, so let's go into a nice wide stance, heels outside of toes. That puts us into that anchored femur position. And we're just gonna hip hinge, keep the chest up. 1, work that hinge nice and easy, toes are on the ground. 2, working through that posterior chain, the back, high hamstring. 3, we're just gonna go 5 of these. 4, 1 more. And 5. So that wide stance is just a nice way to make sure that you're getting the posterior fibers of adductor magnus. Adductor magnus is probably our biggest internal rotator of the hips. It also is a stabilizer of that position. And hip internal rotation is massively important if you're a runner, cyclist, really any sport, skiing, all of it, internal rotation. So in order to relieve some of the tightness that just inherently comes from gravity and ground, we get tight on the posterior fibers of adductor magnus, and he's a muscle that looks like this. So anterior fibers and posterior fibers don't always play nicely together. Okay, right leg in front of left. We want to work our stack so the whole body is stacked on front of the right leg. We're going to take the hands to the height of the heart, and from right here, we're going to work that 4-2-6 breath pattern. All right, so just pretty relaxed in the stack. There's no hinge, 50-50 weight distribution. Elbows are kind of low, and we've just got that nice little hold there. From here, we're going to inhale through the nose for 4, hold for 2, and then exhale through the mouth for 6. In for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. Keep pulling yourself taller and taller away from the earth. 1 more. In for 4. Hold for 2. Out for 6. And relax. So when we take the arms out in front of the body, So when we're right here, we can be having a pretty good 50-50 or 52-48 weight distribution to hold me vertical. But as soon as we add the weight of the arms, we're getting a big upregulation of the posterior chain, the back line of the body. So right there, when we take the hands here, elbows stay low, we know that we're getting an upregulation of the musculature that holds us up against gravity. So posturally, it's a good position to be in. So right here, holding this nice and strong, in for 4, hold for 2, out for 6. Here we go, 3 rounds. Hold for 2, out for 6. Make sure those hands are right in front of your chin. Inhale for 4, hold for 2, out for 6. In for 4, hold for 2, out for 6. And that's it. So it's a relatively chill Monday morning mobility. If you enjoyed that session, I use breath work as an integral part of the strength and conditioning program that I create. If you ever want to join me on a deeper level, I encourage you to do that. Just check me out at the website, email me, whatever. It's a pretty personal program. I don't have a ton of people, but I really appreciate those of you that do join me. Expansion of the rib cage, guys. Let's focus on that this week. Let's focus on activating parasympathetic drive in moments of anxiety or stress, or if you just want to take your relaxation and recovery to a whole new level. Hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you next week, next Monday.